What was a red flag that made you stop talking to a person immediately? 1. I once met a guy when I went to a restaurant and we started talking. We exchanged contacts and he seemed like a nice guy. We went out like 2 times. On the 3rd time, while he was dropping me off, we started talking. I've forgotten what it was about, but I know the conversation led to a rape topic. Earlier that year in my country, a woman accused a pastor of raping her. So this guy asked me if they later found the pastor guilty and all that. I said no, but I stopped following the news after a while. We were still talking on the issue, giving our opinions when he said something. He said, "I don't believe in rape. Why can't a girl push the man off when he wants to force himself on her? She is just enjoying it." After that statement, I didn't say anything again. He dropped me off at home. Immediately, I blocked and deleted his number. Thank God we didn't have each other's social media usernames yet. It's these type of people that have the mentality that a woman's body is their property to use anyhow, and with the way the world is, rape stories everywhere. I don't want to become a victim. I have to protect myself. 2. We were vacationing in Jamaica. I was sitting next to a guy at the little tiki bar at our hotel. As we were having a conversation, I noticed he would tap his cigarette ashes onto the bar instead of using the ashtray. He then yelled to the bartender, "Hey boy, get over here and clean this up," which he did. I immediately got up and sat on the other side of the bar. So rude and embarrassing. 3. One evening around 8 p.m., she replied casually to my text which I sent her in day. She said, "I am tired." Me said, "What happened? You didn't come online all day?" She said, "Nothing. I just want some time alone." Me said, "What's the problem? Are you fine?" She said, "Nothing. I don't want to talk to anyone. You can sleep." Me said, "No way. I want to know the issue. How can I get sleep like this? Tell me please." She called me and she was just crying. She didn't say anything and hanged up call in few seconds. She texted. She said, "Now sleep. Good night." Me said, "I am tense now. Tell me the reason. How do you expect me to sleep now?" She said, "I can't type. Sleep. Good night." Me said, "No. Tell me the issue. At least in short. I don't want the overthinking whole night." She went offline. She could type these messages but didn't bother to type the reason. I had some worrying thoughts. Somehow night passed. In morning, she came online but left my texts on scene. She didn't reply anything. This was the moment I blocked her immediately. She may had issue, but she could tell me at least in morning. She gave me a worried night and again morning. Such people are toxic and they willingly disturb your peace. So to keep smiling like this, notice red flags immediately. 4. He was a man I'd been talking to for a few days. We'd been on one date together, and I'd thought he was nice. Anyways, he texted me one night saying he'd just sent death threats to a Twitch streamer over Pokemon of all things. I told him we weren't going to work out, because I'm not someone willing to associate with someone who does that. He threatened to off himself, blocked his number and all social media right then and there. 5. Recently I was on a date with a tall, handsome gentleman. He seemed like a nice enough guy, funny, engaging. He was telling me about his angry ex-wife and his daughter who was upset about her nose job. But that wasn't enough to put me off of him. Immediately anyway, after we got off the subject of his ex-wife, and while sipping on wine in a lovely restaurant, he started talking about how easy it was for him to make money because he was able to manipulate people into what he wanted them to do. He said it as though it was an admirable quality. I had to do a quick double take. I replayed what he said in my mind. I was so disappointed in that moment.